Sorcerer coming to you live from YouTube for the NBA 2K16. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Now, here is Barbosa. After the miss from Doug McDermott, Barbosa gets the bucket.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Brooks outside. Pulls up on the wing. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, there was no hand in the game right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Barbosa kicks to Spates. The shot. And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist from Spates.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And Leandro Barbosa again. Barbosa's got his second basket.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break. Even in close to the hoop. That's a tough one to drain when the defense is that stifling.
They get it back. A second chance effort. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Barbosa's got 6.
That's their third straight make-off and assist.
Great ball movement.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. .11 seconds left to play in the first. Holiday with it. Brooks outside. And here's Iguodala outside. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Warriors ahead as they end the first quarter with a tremendous 17-5 run. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls.
I mean, I think it's been noticeable just because this has been my decision too. And I want to make it great actually. Not good, but great.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. He clearly gave it a lot of thought. It's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates, Ash Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bogut, and it's Rush in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can. A rugged player.
And in last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
a huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of runs.
The Warriors making a switch here. Green's checked in. Then for the Bulls, Portis, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And Dunleavy subbed in for Tony Snell. Curry dishes to Bogut. Here's Barnes. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Barnes has got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Rose goes in. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Now here's more after the miss from Stephen Curry. Here's Portis. It's deflected. Thompson against Rose. Offensive rebound. The feed to Barnes. Beyond the arc. And another three for Golden State. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers will be hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets. Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And here's Green outside. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Now, here's Gasol. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. Bairstow, he's checked in for the Bulls. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Curry can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Rose attacking. Back to Moore. Unloads from 13. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Curry kicks to Spates. Feeds it to Barnes. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Back to Rose. All sorts of time. The shot, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Here's Rose, following the basket by Draymond Green. And that is good.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Some changes for Golden State. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Then for the Bulls, Justin Holiday comes in for Ejuan Moore. And it's Brooks in for Rose. Bulls trail by 16.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well. They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Brooks after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Greg, you were just talking about Noah Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for the Warriors. .16 left to play here in the second quarter. To the inside. Snell. That is good.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence. A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And Brooks, here we go. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That'll be his second foul of the game. 50 seconds left in the first half of the game. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Warriors leading by 17. Ring shot on the way, and it's Golden State with another.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Snell following the score by Golden State, and he gets it to go.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
The shot by Spades, nobody around. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
They set the pick. With 1 on the clock. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Warriors lead by 19. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying theme of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing it tonight.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, one of those intangibles you always look to.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. A pumped up home crowd is our backdrop for this halftime analysis. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Let's start with you, Kenny. What did you think?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they got more than a few problems to work out, but it all starts with their defense. I know the analytical people love to point out opponent field goal percentage, and tonight it's been a big problem. They haven't defended with any purpose. They need a whole lot more activity on defense.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
You know, Barnes is playing well. He has 12 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
So for Chicago right now, they've got each one more. He's out there with Derrick Rose. Pau Gasol is out there with Dunleavy. And it's Bairstow in at the power forwards position.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Thompson from long range. Bulls trail by 18. Rose passes to Dunleavy. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Warriors have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Green kicks to Bogut. Curry outside. Good. Curry's got 7.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleed.
Chicago calls timeout, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Bulls trail by 21. Outside Rose. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 4 points this quarter.
Great way to start to have easy layup against some soft D.
Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Curry kicks to Bogut. Back to Curry. From deep. The long distance 3 is buried. Curry's got 10.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And it's blocked. Bulls trail by 16. Here's Dunleavy, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Check out the game for Dunleavy. He's got 8 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter. You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Chicago making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And it's Rose penetrating. And he gets that one to go.
Come on, guys.
6 points for Pau Gasol.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game. And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Bulls trail by 14. They set the pick. Rose. And he banks in. Rose has got 9 points in the quarter.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's more. Following the basket by Stephen Curry.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Chicago's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. That's good. The Warrior lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Dunleavy. Golden State's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Bogut kicks to Curry. From the arc. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
And there's the pass to Portis. It's stolen by Green. And it's the Warriors on the break. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Bogut with a clean look. From outside, off the mark. Bulls trail by 15. Rose dishes to Gasol. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plates.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about him.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told Gasol that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Iguodala. Aaron Brooks missing his last shot. For 3, Barbosa, and another 3 for Golden State. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
Kept alive. Here's Varejao. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Warriors on top, just dominating this one. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Bulls trail by 21. Iguodala out there with Rush. Then there's Maurice Spates. And there's Livingston. And it's Barbosa in at the 2. That's the Warriors' 5. And that one's good. Brooks.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Here's Livingston. And that one's good. So it's Chicago now. Now here's Brooks. And at the top of the key, McDermott. Snell kicks to McDermott. Just 5 on the clock. Brooks from out on the wing, he knocks it down. Brooks has got 4 this quarter. Warriors leading by 19. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Again, the miss by Brooks.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And Spates gets it to go.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from him.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The B-League last season used international rules for goaltending. And that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end.
And for the international rules of goaltending, players are allowed to touch the ball after it hits the iron. even if it is over the cylinder.
I'm not sure if the NBA is going to adapt that rule, but I think it wouldn't be a big deal to adapt it because there aren't a lot of times that play happens in the game. I think it would be a small percentage of those plays over the course of the season.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. Here is Rose. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket, and he gets the bucket. 15 points for Derrick Rose.
Well, for one, he hasn't let him down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Out to Thompson. Lets it go with a three. Rebounded by McDermott.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
No good from outside. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Goes up from the top of the key, off the left rim and out.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Rose kicks to Moore, and it's sent back by Bogut. Now Thompson. Dishes it to Bogut. Here's Barnes. And the Warriors miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Rose kicks to McDermott. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got assist number 8 here in this one already.
Come on, guys.
Hey, guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter.
Giving it up.
The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. The Bulls making a change here as well. Bairstow, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
Bullshit.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
On the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoy watching. Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
The hell?
Taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball. And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
Warriors leading by 21. Pass to Barnes. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
You know, Clark, losing teams, handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system. But it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it's to be tinkered with at this point.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Here's Bairstow. They set the pick. He feeds it to Snell. They get it back. Holiday can't get it to go.
But that's what we call good defense in the paint. Work its weight in goal.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Brooks up on top. Inside, and stolen by Spates.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
But Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this was a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
Greg, if it ain't broke, why fix it? I mean, why change anything? Knowing how well they played in those 2 games, they probably can't wait for this one to wrap up the sweep of the season series.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Curry. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And that one falls for Brooks.
Look at what Brooks has done so far. He's got 8 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
A 3 ball. It's all in by the Bulls. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. From deep. But they recover it. Second shot opportunity. And it's Spates with the rebound. The dish to Barbosa. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys. Defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. There was a tale of
All
2
right.
teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly.
This is HENNETSORCERER. Hope you love the enjoy the game. Warriors on top, 92-67. Booyah.
I mean, they never gave up on it. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I'm here with Andre Iguodala. And Andre, what was the secret to seeing such a great output offensively?
Well, we know our defense is our catalyst to everything for our team. So as long as we play defense, good stops, rebounding was most important tonight. You know, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. We were able to do that and get out on a break.
Andre, thank you so much. Kevin, no surprise, one of the best defenders, always thinking about things on that end.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more. I'm getting jealous. He feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. It's hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.